Hello, my name is Andrew Nussbaum, and I'm working here with Chuck Law, who's a co-worker of mine, a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, in many ways a mentor. He asked me to talk about service learning, social justice, and how and why. That's who I am and what I care about. So I guess it really starts with who I am in terms of both my parents are marriage and family counselors. My older brother's a teacher. My grandmother's a teacher. So this helping profession has just kind of been in my life and this stream in my life the whole way through. And so I see the importance of action, words, kind of learning and doing through your head, your hands, and your heart. And I truly think that that's what education can be, and in fact should be. I wrote a paper in graduate school about the disconnect between what education is in the classroom and then what it isn't in the real room. And so I really believe that education can be a service learning, not just volunteering, not just studying, but a service to others and bigger than yourself, and the learning about the whys within that. So within that, this is my fourth year teaching now, and teaching in U.S. history, Native American history, kind of sociology kind of being my baby. And social awareness is a movement that I really began here in Lawrence, in learning about themselves, relationships, community, and the world around them. And through that, kind of we talk about living with your eyes wide open, your arms naturally open. So I really believe that service learning and social justice kind of go hand in hand, and it really builds kind of self-awareness and community awareness. And for me, that is really important. U.S. history is important, but I think the best of U.S. history is learning about the movement of U.S. history and people learning and then doing within that. And so I think that's what service learning can definitely. Questions I have is how I got started in terms of the public education system and working towards social activism in that. Another question I get a lot is what constraints are there in public education or working within a system when I'm trying to dramatically and radically change that system. So I think those are two good questions. The first question, how did I get started? I got into teaching not to just teach this or that, but I got in to have an arena where I can challenge young people and challenge myself and challenge those around me all the time. And so social awareness and service learning were always there. And first year I had 4 people work with me, 4 students. Yeah, let's ask more questions. Let's learn about ourselves, the community. Now we're up to about 200 students and growing globally, locally, in many different ways. We finally have in Lawrence a service learning experience course, which kind of puts a lot of this together. So it's sustainable local growth every single day where the students are working at service sites, learning about social justice, guest speakers, and so on. So I guess the question of how do I look for change, dramatically look for change in a system that sometimes resists that is a good question. I guess the answer is caring about people every single day and trying to build relationships and support systems, sometimes even when they're tough, and building strong networks with people that I know care about people, care about their community, and work hard. But it's very hard and sometimes gets me thinking, what am I doing in a profession that kind of resists against kind of the dramatic change or radical change I'm looking for? So I guess the answer is one day at a time, but with some long-term goals and missions, and being okay with not being the person that everybody loves, and being okay with somebody that sometimes people see as stepping on toes or pushing the envelope or sometimes are uncomfortable around, but then working closely with those that I know are wondering what's best for young children or young adults or kind of the community at large. I don't know if that answers the question, and I guess I could go in a lot of different ways in that, but I guess that's the answer I have right now.